Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for showing up again. If you're a first time viewer, thank you for showing. Today we're doing Fixed Blade Friday. I am going to show you this guy. The sheath is very well made. Nice thick leather. Great stitching. Pretty decent belt loop. I need to oil it, I need to oil it. I haven't carried it in a long time. When I first got it, I carried it for a while, took it out hunting with me. The snap's a little bit stiff and the belt loop's real brittle and dry feeling, so I need to oil this actually. I just grabbed it up today. But it's pretty good leather, pretty well built. This is Focus Line Osofia is what it says. It says Focus Line Osofia. It's kind of light, but I love the shape of the blade. It has this swedge on the top side. It's a pretty decent long swedge. You have this blood groove that goes into this, what is that? I forget, it's not a hollow ground. It's a half grind. I can't remember. But this is a spear point. Pretty nice length. Got the nice guard on here. You have a rubberized textured handle. Brass pommel, brass guard. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find any information on this knife. I couldn't find anything on this Focus Line Osofia. I've had this knife for 15 years now. It was given to me by a friend back when I lived in Arizona. I love it. It feels great. It's well balanced. You have your finger grooves, so when you grab it, you just lock on to this handle, you know? You just lock onto it. It feels nice. It's very piercy. I've used it a couple of times. It's still on the factory edge because I haven't done anything to harm it. I just took it out hunting with me, you know, as a just in case. Did a little bit of slicing with it, not much. So I haven't had to touch up the edge. It holds a really good edge, but I can't tell you what the blade steel is. It looks like stainless steel, but like I said, I can't tell you what that is either. It's a great knife. It feels great in the hand. I just don't know where it's made, you know, anything about it. Blade steel, you know, I couldn't find anything. I googled Focus Line Osofia, you know, and I got some, like, Google searched photos of this guy, but nothing else. Like, I couldn't find actual obtainable information, you know, like factory wise, who makes it, who distributes it. No clue, guys. I'm sorry on that one, but it's a fixed blade, doing a Fixed Blade Friday, and it's one that I have carried and can talk about. I haven't used it that much at all, you know, but I have used it, and it holds a nice edge from what I did mess around with, and it's very piercy with the spear point, you know, and it feels great in the hand. All right, for our second one, this is a big boy. This one I bought as a haha, just because it's so big and who's actually going to carry that, you know. And so I just bought it as a speaking piece, and it's this bad boy. It's a big 16 inches full length, and blade length is 10.5 inches. Turn it the right side up. It's made by Smith and Wesson. You have nice tooling on the sheath. You have 2 holes to put your lanyard through to strap around your thigh. You have a nice snap. And what I like about the way they made the sheath is you have this guard that keeps the snap from, messing with putting any marks on your handle and the guard. Okay. This is the buoy blade right there. It's the Smith and Wesson Texas Hold'em. Okay. And on the reverse, it says limited issue, and it's come on, what is that? THBB China. Okay, you have your steel guard, obviously your buoy blade, really nice blade. Actually I love the blade shape. Feels great in the hand as well for as large as it is. This is, what was it? It was, I forgot what kind of wood it is. I forgot the type of wood that it is. It's a nice wood though. It's got a dark finish to it. You have brass spacers on the handle, but the wood is beautiful. Now when I purchased it, and I seen it because it was, this one was on display. It was the last one at Big 5 when I purchased it, and I purchased this one 16 years ago. Yeah, I believe it's been 16 years now. Purchased it at Big 5, and it was the last one. It was the display model, and the employee made sure to point out, he only pointed out this spot here. Let's see if I can get it in there. There's a crack. Yeah, there you go. Kind of can see it. Okay. He pointed out that crack. Okay. That goes from the guard through down to the second little brass liner in between. Okay. He pointed out that one. Now, it's got same kind of crack on the opposite side, a little bit more defined. You have, where was the other one? Right there. You have a crack there that's pretty defined. Okay. So like I probably wouldn't want to mess with this knife too much anyways, because I wouldn't want the handle falling apart. But it is very beautiful wood. And in purchasing this, when I seen it at Big 5 and was like, ooh, I love the blade shape, I want it. I have to have it. I want it. And being that it's so huge, and to me was like, haha, it's a toy. I mean, logic says, yeah, it's not a toy, it's a knife. It was sold in the knife display case with all the other knives. But I guess because it was a haha purchase for me, just because of how big it is, I didn't realize how hair popping sharp this damn thing came. When I pulled it out the box, I sliced myself. I accidentally sliced one of my fingers very deep, and it went through so smooth. Smith and Wesson, when they produced this one, and from the factory, this thing came razor sharp. Oh, and talking about cutting edge, this is 440C steel on this guy. Very nice knife. Not super heavy. Not as heavy as, like, when you see this 16-inch long blade, you think it's gonna just be like, ugh. But it's not as heavy as you would think, as heavy as you would picture in your mind, and even with it being, look at the backbone on that. That's that's some good meat. That's some good meat. But I like how it tapers down super thin. They did a great job on this. To me, it's still like a ha-ha knife, like haha, but when it comes down to it, I mean, and now having been 15, 16 years since I purchased this, I don't know what people think about this thing. I don't know if it's like if it has any collectability or any kind of value, because like I said, it was a ha-ha purchase. I love it though. It still has that super sharp factory edge. The one thing I did kind of mess up on was because my daughter, when she was a teenager, she wanted to be like dad, which dad loved. I respected that. I loved the hell out of it. I was like, oh my God, my kid wants to be like me. So she started confiscating my knives, specifically my large knives, and she was sticking them in her room. And one day I noticed that my knives were disappearing, and I was like, what the heck, where are they going? Asked the wife. She didn't know. She's like, why do I want to mess with your knives? I don't give a crap about your knives. Asked my daughter, and with your kids, when they're lying, she starts making her little gestures and stuff, so I knew she was lying. And I was like, baby, as long as you're not hurting yourself or others, you can mess with my knives. Just, what are you doing with them? And she tells me that, she loves my knives. She wants to have knives like me, and especially my knives. And she wanted to display them in her room, but she didn't know how without our permission. So when she was stealing them, she just stuck them under her pillow. So I cracked up, and I went in there and was like, okay, which knives did you take? And she showed me this one and the previous one that I just showed you in this video, and along with some other ones. And so I said, okay, well, I'm not using them. I'm not carrying them any longer. What's mine is yours, basically, because one day it's all going to be yours, So I went in and took picture framing wire and ran it through the belt loops and hung them on her walls. And then we had painted her bedroom, and we did the walls first and did an accent wall for her. And we put all her stuff back up. And when we put everything back up on the walls, I had to redo the roof, and I got paint splatter on the sheath. That's the only place that I messed anything up. And I could probably get the paint off, I just haven't tried. But I do need to condition this one and the previous knife that I showed you in the video. But anyways, yeah, enough gabbing. That's Fixed Blade Friday. Got the Smith & Wesson. And we've got the focus line. And like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't find any information on the focus line in order to do this video and give you guys any kind of information, you know, on blade steel and stuff like that. Smith & Wesson, like I said, I found the measurements was 16 inches total length, 10.5 blade length, 440C steel with a steel guard. I did know the wood, I forgot it, but it is a beautiful looking wood, beautifully done knife. It's a great Bowie knife, Texas Hold'em edition, and supposedly it's a limited issue. That's all I know on that, but it is a beautiful fixed blade, just too large for me to think about even strapping that onto my side and carrying around. So, and that's how I seen it when I first purchased it. It was this huge buoy, and it's like, haha, but I wanted it, you know, kid in a candy store moment. Okay, enough rambling. Thank you guys for showing up. God bless you all. God bless the USA. You guys have a great weekend, and hopefully see you guys again. Hopefully you guys will like and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.